What is up, scary, awesome people? Here we are, the end of week 3 of our Hallowthon 2025 recap time. For those of you that don't follow it day by day, we're all busy and sure you can't keep up. Don't worry, I got my trusty list here. Let's check it out about what we went through this week in 2025. We started, of course, as with last week, with our scratch-off winner. That was Messiah of Evil. 70s, another occult-y film. Man, those films around that era all took around the exorcistishness. So it was a decent film, but the pace is pure 70s. So not my particular jam, but not a bad film by any stretch. Then we had Death of a Unicorn. Fantastic Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd film about the death of a unicorn. Pretty hilarious horror comedy. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. Bordello of Blood was our hot tub movie. Each year I usually try to jump in the tub and watch a couple of Halloween flicks. The first one up this year was Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood, with the Where Did He Go, Dennis Miller. Then we had Batman Long Halloween Part 1. Waiting for the second one to come up. A pretty solid animated Batman flick. Lawnmower Man, classic, scary movie, hilarious. Original Addams Family. Nope, that's a lie. It was the original animated one that came out a few years ago that was supposed to be Tim Burton and then ended up not being Tim Burton. It was pretty decent. Banana Splits, another wicked horror comedy, riff on the Five Nights at Freddy type of film with the animatronics and whatnot, but it did it better than the Five Nights at Freddy movie. Check it out. Nightmare Alley, fantastic Del Toro film. Casper, The Friendliest Ghost. Dead of the Dawn, Dead of wow, Dawn of the Dead, the remake, which I am a pretty big fan of Dawn of the Dead remake. So if you haven't seen that, the follow-up to it, Land of the Dead, was also pretty good. Check it out. Dead Alive, classic Peter Jackson's original splatter film. Creepshow animated special. Very disturbing King short story in that one. The Substance, Demi Moore's Oscar-winning performance. Fantastic film. If you have not seen The Substance, go check it out. A Haunted House, the Wayans brothers, non-scary movie flick. Pretty hilarious. This Is the End, another hilarious horror comedy, but a lot of comedies this week come up. Wes Craven's Deadly Friend, about the robot girl. I would watch that as well if I were you. Lisa Frankenstein, Robin Williams' daughter's directorial debut. Pretty decent after a few watches. The Halloween Rob Zombie, pretty good. Annabelle Comes Home, my favorite Conjuring spinoff. Long Legs, I'm still on the fence about that one. That new genre of like A24 slow burn psychological horror movies that everybody raves about these days, like Heretic and Hereditary. They're all right. Not exactly my cup of tea. Megan, the original robot killer girl. The Mortuary Collection, amazing anthology set. Knock at the Cabin. M. Night Shyamalan's last horror film, I think it was his last one. Not too bad. Jason Goes to Hell, one of the worst of the Jason flicks. 9, a Tim Burton produced animated feature, is very, very good. The Thing prequel, the prequel of all prequels. The Thing started with the end of another story, so definitely a wicked prequel out of The Thing. Paranorman, one of my personal favorite animated features. Another Full Moon feature, Arcade, which is a good low-budget B-movie Tron kind of ripoff, but horror-edged. Pretty good movie, too. Puppet Master Deuce, the film that scared me the most as a child, which I now love. The poster's hanging on one of the doors in the house. And last but not least, before I did this recap, was What We Do in the Shadows, the original film. Hilarious vampire mockumentary. So a lot of funny movies came up this week, and a few box pulls, slips off the shelf, physical shelf, and a lot of row 1. So there's some weird coincidences and recurring themes this week. But that was it for the recap of the week. Some good movies here, some recommends. Hopefully you guys watch this and then go track down some of those movies to watch yourself. because they are pretty good, most of the ones that I watch. Obviously, there's some clunkers, but let's find out what our scratch off is for this week. This time we're going to go second row, skeleton hand. Let's see what we got. Maybe another 70s film. Nope. But way back, throwback, we're going back to The Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. So last year, one of the selections I pulled was the original Frankenstein. Now we're going to watch The Bride of Frankenstein. So I will go collect that movie and put it on the list and get back to you guys next week and tell you how that went and all the movies we plowed through this week. We have officially surpassed last year as of yesterday. This year I only have to watch 3 more movies. Today is a Saturday as I'm recording this, so that should be a piece of cake. So we should be neck and neck with last year, if not beating them by the end of the day. All right, stay spooky, everybody. We will see you next week.